Now, arrays have many built-in methods that allow you to get data from them as well as manipulate data inside of them. We're going to go over a few of the more critical and commonly used of these. So to start off, if we have an array like this, and we want to see how many items are in the array, we can use the length property. So here the output is 3, which is the number of items we have in our array. Here we have two arrays, one called good food and one called junk food. And we can combine these using the concat method like this. Let's assume that after combining the good food and the junk food with the concat method into the all food array, that now we want to add some additional items into the middle index values of the all food array. We can do this using the splice method. Now what this is doing is adding two new strings to the all food array. And if you notice, there are two numbers being used with the splice method. The first number is an index value used to determine what index value to add your new items at. So we have ours at 3, which tells the splice method to insert at the third index value in the array. The second number is used to remove a list of items that come after the list we just inserted. So if you notice, all the items in our array after the string juice are items we got from our junk food array. Let's assume that we want to get rid of the junk food items. We can do it like this. This second argument tells us how many items we want to remove, starting at the splice method's first argument index value. Now let's assume that we want to sort our array in alphabetical order. We can do this by tacking on the sort method to the array we want to affect. If we have a list of single-digit numbers we want to sort, we can tack on the sort method to easily sort them. Now there's one thing to be aware of before you start sorting numbers on your own using the sort method. And that is, by default, the sort method sorts lexicographically. Now what that means is this. If you notice in our example, we're sorting single-digit numbers. Look what happens when you sort double-digit numbers. Now the way that you can remedy this is to recognize that the sort method takes an argument, and the type of argument it takes is called a function. This function allows you to customize the way the sort method is used. This not only applies to numbers, it applies to any data type the array can hold. We haven't discussed functions yet, so I'm going to hold off talking about them, but I simply wanted you to be aware of this issue. If you're curious about what the solution is to sorting multi-digit numbers, it looks like this. If you want to reverse the list of items in an array, you can achieve this using the reverse method. The pop method removes the last item of an array. This method actually modifies the original array. So here's an example. Shift removes the first item in an array. So here's an example. The unshifted method adds an item to the beginning of an array. So here's an example of that. The tostring method turns an array into a string. So for example, with the slice method, we can select part of an array and then extract that part. In our example, the slice method takes two arguments. The first represents where in the array we would like to begin the extraction, and the second represents where in the array we would like to end the extraction. The push method adds an item to the end of an array. Keep in mind that this method changes the length of the original array. So this has been a quick overview of some of the more common methods used on arrays. Until next time, bye-bye.